Again, everyone, my name is Erica and I'm one of your co-hosts today, and we're so excited that you're here. I hope you're ready to have some fun, to do a lot of different cool things. So here we go. You already saw this, but just some guidelines. We're here, we're being kind to each other, being respectful of each other. If you have your cameras on, that's great. That way we can see you, we can interact. If you haven't already, rename your Zoom name to your first name, last initial, except for our workshop presenters, our facilitators. You've already been instructed how to rename yourselves. So that would be great if you do that now, if you haven't already. And we have the chat set to host only. So we have many co-hosts. They'll be able to see the chat. There will be a couple times during our event that will open up the chat so everyone can see, and we're going to do a couple breakout rooms where you'll be able to talk to other people. So we'll get to that during our event. We're going to start with a fun activity, our affirmation of the day. If you don't know what an affirmation is, it's a positive statement that can help you overcome self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. When you repeat affirmations often and believe in them, you really start to see some positive changes in your life. So Shiree right now, who's one of our co-hosts, is going to put a link in the chat box to a Google interactive slide. So you're going to go ahead and click on that Google Doc, and you're going to open that up. If it doesn't click open when you click on it, you might have to highlight it and paste it into a new browser to see it. And you should see a document come up with a bunch of balloons. And click on a balloon to reveal your affirmation for the day. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do this. And I want you to go ahead and write down the affirmation. Those of you who just came in, rename your Zoom name to just your first name and last initial. All right, we have just about less than a minute. Hope you got your affirmation by now. Everyone is having a great day so far. Beautiful morning. Let us know if you can't see the Google link, if you just came in the room. All right. So now we're going to do our first breakout room of the day, everyone. We're going to put you in a breakout room in a moment, and it's going to push you automatically there, so you don't need to click on anything. And there'll be groups of about 5 to 6 of you. And this is a chance for you to unmute your microphones. You can change that setting. And you can unmute your microphone and be brave, and you can say your name and introduce yourself and say what your affirmation is that you picked on the link that we just gave to you. Okay, so Mr. Miguel, if you can go ahead and open up the breakout rooms. So again, introduce tech crew, if you can change the settings to mute the participants, that would be great. All right. We are going to continue. I hope you met some wonderful new people in your breakout room. I'm sorry if that didn't go quite smoothly. We have a lot of people we are navigating, and we are going to have a good time no matter what. So let's keep going. All right. Pretty soon we are going to do some workshops. And by the way, those of you from our Girl Scout group, you can pin the interpreter's screen. We have a couple here. So that way you can see the interpreter screen. We have 6 really fun workshops that we're going to start in a little while after I introduce our special celebrity guest today. And many of you have already received these in an email beforehand, and some of you already picked what you're going to do. So you can choose the one that you had pre-picked, or you can actually switch to a different one. So take a look at the different names of these workshops. So we have number 1, Shine Your Inner Light. Number 2, Your Personal Color and Style. Number 3, Being Unapologetically Yourself. Number 4, Express with Success. Number 5, Reflections, All My Colors. And number 6, Finding Your Voice. So just go ahead and pick one of those and remember the number. And now what I want you to do is rename your Zoom name to have the number of the workshop you pick right before your name. So if you pick number 5, for instance, put the number 5 before your name. If you pick number 3, put the number 3 before your name. So now's the time to go ahead and choose your workshop and put the number you pick before your name. And actually, facilitators here, I know I have you as 1A, but why don't you go ahead and rename, instead of 1A, like Karen, you can rename 4A. That would be good. All right, and type in the chat box if you have any questions. I'm going to move on in a moment. We'll get to our workshops in a little while, but I want you to go ahead and choose one now. I see Crystal, good job. She picked number 2, awesome. Abigail, good job. Evelyn, good. Grace, excellent. Sarah, wonderful. So again, pick which workshop you want to do and rename your Zoom name to put the number right before your name. Shannon, excellent. Ella, good. And those of you who just came in the room, rename yourselves and take out your last name. Just put your last initial. That would be great. Okay, we're going to continue now. And if you didn't pick a workshop, that's okay. We will just put you in a workshop and they're all going to be fun. So there's no reason to worry or stress. All our workshop leaders are really amazing people. Okay, so again, those of you who just came in the room, you're going to pick a work, rename your Zoom name, put the number of the workshop that you want to do before your name. All right, here we're going to continue. So I am going to start introducing our special celebrity guest host today, Miss Darby Walker, who is an amazing person. She's an actress, she's a singer, she's a songwriter. She was on Disney's Girl Meets World, and she was on season 11 of The Voice. And right now I'm going to show you her blind audition video when she was on The Voice. So please enjoy watching this short video of Darby Walker.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, he won't be afraid. Here we go. stand by me, and darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand now. Stand by me whenever you're in trouble. Won't you stand by me? Oh, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Miss Darby Walker, who I'm going to bring on the screen in just a moment. Let me go to our next screen. And Darby is actually we've seen her grown up in our girls' conferences. She started coming when she was very young. I'm sure she'll tell you more about that, but here's some pictures when she came to our past conferences. And she is just an amazing human being all the way around. You're gonna love her. So everyone, please give it up for Miss Darby Walker. And we need her unmuted. There we go. We're waiting to unmute her. She's laughing.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? What an introduction. My gosh, I feel so special. Oh, wow. My name is Darby Walker. And as Erica said, I did pretty much grow up in front of everyone's eyes here. I attended my first women's conference when I was, I want to say 9 years old, getting ready to turn 10. And I am now 23 for some reference. So it's been over half of my life, which is pretty cool. And I owe a whole bunch to all the folks over here. When I was younger, I want to say around 12 and on, a whole bunch of stuff happened in my life. I lost my father. A few years ago, I lost my brother. I lost almost everyone in my family, and experienced my own personal trials and tribulations. And I have to say, I owe a lot to coming to this function. I didn't really feel like I had a sense of community, and I didn't really feel like I had friends or people to talk to in my daily life about anything that was going on. But every time I came here, it felt like all of a sudden I was fully safe to express. I had an opportunity to not only just process what was going on or my own emotions, but take those emotions and let them fully fuel me to chase after everything that I've wanted. And I stand before you now very, very satisfied in my life. And if I could leave one thing in your brain today, it'll be this. You might have an idea of what you want, but you may never know the path that it takes to get there. I would have never in a million years guessed that I would have gone on the journey that I'm on right now. But if you really follow your heart, and if you're honest with yourself and your intentions are good, and you are not only good to yourself, but the people around you, I promise you, you're going to end up somewhere that fulfills you and makes you feel happy. So that's my 2 cents. And I have to thank everybody in this organization for that. So thank you so much for having me here. I am so stoked. We have just incredible, incredible women here to talk to you. So let's just get it kicked off and get it going. This year's theme is True Colors. And what that means for all of us here is diversity, inclusion, and individuality. None of us are cut from the same cloth. We all come with our own background, our own stories, our own personalities, but each of us is special and unique. And that is what today is all about. So today we have a whole bunch of great things planned for you. We've got music, we've got poetry, we've got yoga. We're gonna meet other girls in other breakout rooms. And what I'm most excited about is we have some fun workshops. So I'm really, really, really happy all of you are here. And before we get going, I'm going to bring this up throughout the day, but I want everyone just to get it in your brain now. And we are going to think about what it is that makes us unique? I'm not sure if this is backwards for you or not. It doesn't look like it. So what is it that makes you unique? You don't have to answer this right away. Just think about it throughout the day. Put it in your brain, ruminate, let it sit, meld with everything. But really think about, what is something about yourself that is completely unique, that you love and that you celebrate? And maybe it hasn't always been that way. So just start thinking. I'm going to keep reminding you, and I as well, I'm going to come up with my own answer later. All righty. So here we go. I want all of you to know, just like me growing up inside of this organization, you are in a safe space. Everything that you have to say, all of your feelings, completely valid. And we want to hear about all of them. So feel free to share how you're feeling and express yourself. In fact, we want you to do that. We have some incentive for you. The more you participate throughout the day, you will have an opportunity to win an Amazon gift card. I mean, come on. If you can think it, it's on Amazon. So participate. Just break out of your comfort zone. You are in good hands. We all love you, and we cannot wait to hear what you have to share. All righty. With that being said, I would really love to share one of my own songs with you, if that's all right. I'm going to grab my guitar. Dooli-ba-ba-ba. Okay. This is a song I wrote pretty recently. And it's really about all of those moments where everything feels like way too much. I wrote this the first night I moved in my new apartment down in Florida, which is extremely out of my comfort zone. This song was formerly known as the Ha Ha song, but it is now known as the Breath of Fire, mostly because in yoga, and as well if you've ever taken a single singing lesson, they have you do this thing right here where you go, and there's something about that simple action of breath that really helps move emotions through your body. So that is what this song is about. And I'm going to try to play standing up. So just bear with me, folks. How far we may go, so when the day's too long, I pull my shoulders down and fill my lungs. I go, I go, every single night has its end, and just as it must end, it will begin. So even through a storm, you can smile and dare to hold your head up to the sky. We go, how far we may go. So even when the day seems too long, I throw my shoulders back and sing this song. We go, we go. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, give it up for Darby.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just going to keep this moving along. Thank you for listening. All right, so some of you received a red box in the mail, and some of you did not. We apologize for everyone that did not receive one. Unfortunately, we had very limited materials and a very limited amount of time, but not to fear, because everything that is in that box, you can make it home. So inside this box, you're going to find different emoji cards. Some happy faces, excited faces. I think there's a heart or a thumbs up. If you don't have those, that's fine. Whip out some paper, get the markers. If that's not your style, we got thumbs. We could do thumbs up, thumbs down. We have our applause. And if you really feel like showing off your acting chops, just give us some big expressions into the camera. I don't know, have fun with it. Go all out. Expression is whatever you want it to be. So whatever feels most comfortable for you will work for us. So again, if you have your red box, just take a second and grab those emoji paddles out. They should be in your kits or your journey journals. And then for everyone who does not have a box, get creative. It's time. It's time. We're all in this together. Okie dokie. I am thinking, there it is on the back. My apologies. So let's get into it. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the day. We have workshops, we have a career panel, we have yoga and open mic and more. So here is a sneak peek of one of our panelists today. Give it up for Olympic skater Hannah Harrell. Woohoo!
She was about 1 year old. She was in a stroller. I was Dallas Galleria watching the Christmas show, and I got kind of goosebumps all over and said, "Ooh, this is." I always like figure skating, but I watched close enough, and she was very excited. I could tell from the eyes. So I went downstairs after the show and grabbed this director. She said, "Excuse me, how old does she have to be to start the figure skating? I want her to start." She looked at her in a stroller and said, "Maybe 2.5, 3, maybe." And she have to be big enough to have a skates. I said, "Okay, I'll be back."
To me, the most important part of my relationship with my mom is the support, because she always supports me when I have like a bad day in skating, or even if it's like a good day. And when I'm competing, and even if it's not in skating, like anything that happens outside of my life, whether something sad happens, something good happens, school, everything that goes on in my life, my mom always supports me with it.
I saw her working on her hard on the figure skating, and jumps. You fall and you fall and you fall, but she get up, and she never said, "I'm not gonna skate." Sometimes she gets upset, but she always get up and she always go to work on her whatever she's working on. So I thought, this is it, and I'm gonna support as much as I can.
Like, no matter how hard it gets, like, always work hard, because like it's always worth it at the end, even though at the moment it feels like horrible and hard and everything. But at the end, everything's worth it.
We are so grateful to have her here with us today. Everyone, please use a silent applause and help me welcome Miss Shannon Nemser. Miss Shannon, please unmute yourself and say hello to the girls.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited that you guys are here today to get all this positive, good vibes. It's a great conference, and sometimes It might bring up some big emotions for somebody. And if you need some private time to talk about what's going on, I'll be in a separate room waiting. Okay. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And just to reiterate what Miss Shannon said, if you're feeling down at any point, or if you feel like you need any extra support, we've got you. We have her available. So just be sure to go to the chat and just type that you would like to speak with her, and we will definitely make that happen, because we understand that this environment it brings up a whole bunch of emotions, and we really want to be there to support you and help you process all of that. So feel free to go to the chat box. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Shannon. All righty. Now I need a drum roll, please. Can everyone help me with the drum roll? And a silent round of applause for our first guest speaker of the day from Get Lit Words Ignite. Please help me welcome 16-year-old Salome Agbaroji. Salome, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. There's so many cool women here, and just after hearing that wonderful performance and seeing all the introductions, I'm so honored to be even associated with such a talented group of women. Yes, I'm a poet, and through my poetry, I like to express to everyone, women, students, teens, that we have a voice and a message that is worthy to be expressed. And the poem that I will be performing for you all today is called I Am a Broken Mirror. Our truth echoes off the walls of our tracheas, making no escapes through the cobwebs, a corridor, stone cold. Our truth reflects endlessly within itself like a mirror, and rarely breaks the glass to make its way into Medusa's ears, a corridor, stone cold. My identity makes stalemates within the brokenness of that same glass. Fragmented pieces of she, be, and don't speak, they won't listen anyway. Myself identifies its reflection as magic, multiplicities of earth and fire and mouths of mothers with the same round nose, chocolate conglomerate, too chewy, ooey gooey, let the yeast settle. I see each body hair and woman, blackness and carefree, none of which comfortably fit to make a perfect picture. I am a broken mirror. Each voice be refugees in the hands of the empathy and ebony deficient. Our vulnerability turned weapon formed against us that does prosper and is painfully efficient. So why and how do we keep screaming into empty rooms, breaking the mirrors with the pain? Embrace the perspective disfigurement. Glass is made when sand is heated, fragmented, joined as one image, sand, abridged and dismembered earth to the ooey gooey, and then the full form. I am the earth, I am the fire, I am the black, I am the woman. Hear me now and see me complete. Okay, that's my poem. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So
Wow.
thank you.
I need a second. I need a second just to process that. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Sorry, I just kind of took all of my words out of my mouth. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Salome. Okay, let me try to get back. Let me try to get back in my body after that performance, honestly. Okay, so up next, we have our workshops and our co-host. Miss Erica is going to tell you more, and she's going to explain everything to you. So I'm going to pass it back to Miss Erica. Woohoo!
All right. Thank you. That was amazing. Just so cool. So now's the time for our workshops. We are actually running a little early, so take a moment to see what the name is of the people or person leading the workshop that you chose. And again, if you did not have a chance to put a number before your name to choose one, we have already moved you into one of them. So you will be moved into one of those automatically. And we have a group, a Girl Scout group. I believe you're all supposed to be in number 2. And we have our tech people on hand to answer questions in the chat room. And we're going to open these up in just a minute. So again, go ahead and make a note of the name of the person that's leading your workshop, and each person leading the workshop will have a helper there as well. So we're about to open those up. Okay, we'll just give it another moment. Okay, and just workshop facilitators, we will be messaging you and message everyone, kind of giving you a timeline and how many minutes you have left.
you have your emojis ready, I would love if you would take them out and show us what you thought of that experience. Was it exciting? Was it inspiring? How did that leave you feeling? So please hold up those emojis right now. If you've got these, show them off. Let's see them.
I love it.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay, so now Erica, I believe that you are going to give us another share out.
Yes, I am going to, and I'm just making sure I'm sharing my sound. I'm going to show you a sneak peek of one of our panelists that's going to be after lunch. And her name is Selena Laniel, and she was on American Ninja Warrior, and she's a firefighter. So she is amazing. So let's watch a little bit of Selena. Darby.
Wow. Whoa. Wow. I couldn't imagine. I need to start doing some more push-ups. That is what I just learned. Is that I need to do way more push-ups. Are we all good?
Yeah, we're good with that. And we're moving next into the next screen. we've come to our lunch and open mic time. This is a very exciting thing. I know the girls loved the open mic last year. And what this is kind of our both lunch break and an opportunity for some of you to sing if you want, to do, say, a poem, to say a quote. And we have a menu for you that Shiree just put in the chat box. It's a Google link. So go ahead and click on that, or if you can't click on it, you might have to copy it and paste it into a new browser or a new tab. And it's going to have a menu for you of all the different things that you have an option of doing. And also just a note to our Girl Scout members that are here that need the interpreter. I believe we have them, Madison, pinned now on the screen, so you should be able to see her. All right, so I'm going to start this I'm going to start the timer for 5 minutes. And we're going to have a little break so you can go use the restroom, get some water, grab a bite. And then our total lunch time is actually going to be more like 35 minutes, but we're going to be doing the open mic during most of that. So if you'd like to participate, I encourage you to look at, this is what the menu looks like. So you can choose to sing one of these songs. You just click on the name of the song or the poem or the quote, and it will go to the words. And then we will come back and do that. And if you have any questions, you can type in the chat box.
I also just want to remind everybody, I hope that we are all still ruminating and thinking about our question today, which is, what makes you unique? I don't want anybody to forget. So I hope that, especially after the experience you just had, maybe that helped percolate the old noodle with this question. So if you have your answer of what makes you unique, please feel free to write it down. If you don't know yet, that's fine. We still have some time. So take this time during open mic and during lunch to fuel yourself, have fun, and keep thinking, okay? Because we are going to circle back to this, all right? What makes you unique?
And
all right,
Darby,
everybody.
Can you tell us what you wrote on your paper as an example?
I'm still percolating, Erica, okay? I'm still percolating. There's still a lot. Look, I'm sorry. There's a whole bunch that makes me unique. It's really hard to narrow it down. So I'm with probably a lot of the girls in this boat, but I promise when we come back from lunch, I will have my answer, as I hope a lot of you ladies do too. So have so much fun.
All right, so I'm going to start the timer now for 5 minutes, and we're going to do a little break for that amount of time. And then when we come back in 5 minutes, we will start our open mic. If you have any questions, meanwhile, you can put it in the chat box and one of our tech people will answer. Halloween tomorrow. Laura, will you sing Addams Family with me?
I will. I love this song.
And we still can't see you.
It's okay. I'll just be invisible because it's Halloween.
Okay. They're creepy
And they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Their house is a museum. When people come to see them, they really are a scream. The Addams Family. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Oh,
We changed
keys there.
We did.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
I want to hear Abaya though.
yes. And if you guys have it up on your screen, we can take off the screen share so we can really spotlight you.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, Aurora, if you're out there, if you can do me a favor, when somebody wants to go up and we unmute them, if you can spotlight them, that would be great. Then we can leave the screen share up. All right, so let's have Abaya go first. Are you ready, Abaya? All right, you should be able to unmute now.
Okay. Can I sing it?
Yes, you can. And let me go to, there's the words.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me.
Yay!
So good.
Abaya, that was beautiful. I love that song. And you sang it so well.
That was gorgeous. And let's see, anyone else in the chat box, let us know.
Yeah, if you guys have a request, a poem, a song, or quote, write it in the chat box and we can take a look.
And yeah, and it has to be something on our menu here, because we've made sure that all the words are good and appropriate. So Melina has asked to sing Fight Song. So let's see, Melina, do you have a thing on your, that you can be asked to be unmuted, or if you can raise your hand, if you can raise your Zoom hand. There we go. Thank you, Melina. Okay, now you should be able to unmute. And I'm going to go to Fight Song. All right, Melina, can you say hello so we can hear you?
Hi.
There you are. Okay, you're up. You can sing Fight Song. Yay!
Hold on, let me sit somewhere else because the sun is hitting me and I don't like when the sun because I can't see anything. Okay. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say, wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream them loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
Yay! Woohoo!
Right.
Melina, that was beautiful.
And silent round of applause, everyone, for Melina. Thank you so much. All right, I can see a couple other people in the chat box. Yeah, Abaya, possibly. Well, let's get to others first, and then if we don't have anyone, or we got through others, then we can come back to you if you want. Okay, quotes, Demi Lovato by Grace. So Grace, can you raise your Zoom hand so we can see you? Okay. And let's see, Miguel, if you can find where Grace is and ask her to unmute. We're just looking for your screen, Grace. So if you see the option to raise it.
Is it Grace D or just Grace?
Grace D.
There you go.
All right, are you there, Grace?
Yes.
Here you are.
There you are. Okay. Go ahead. Say the quote.
Never be ashamed of what you feel. You have the right to feel any emotion that you want and to do what makes you happy. That's my life motto.
All right.
Yay.
That is so true. Good for you.
It's a great quote.
Okay. So I know Abaya said she would be willing to do another one. Is there somebody else out there that would like to say a poem or a quote or sing one of the songs? And I know sometimes it may be a little nerve-wracking to do that, but we all support each other. Okay, Embry just asked to sing Speechless from Aladdin. I love that. Okay, Embry, can you raise your Zoom hand so we can ask you to unmute? And or Miguel, if you find empty screen, there she is. Hi, Embry.
Hi. Okay.
Okay.
Never mind. I don't want to do it.
You don't want to do it? Do you want me to start it off and then you can sing a little bit? So you know the beginning. Do you want to speak the words instead of sing them?
No, I'm scared. I don't want to do it.
Okay, that's okay.
No worries.
I'm glad you said that you did want to. So this is a really cool song. Do you know it, Laura?
I do know it.
Laura, can you sing a little bit?
Oh, I would love to, Erica. I love this song.
I just volunteer, Laura.
Here comes a wave meant to wash me away, a tide that is taking me under, swallowing sand left with nothing to say, my voice drowned out in the thunder. Do you know the rest? Erica?
Yeah. But I won't cry and I won't start to crumble whenever they try to shut me or cut me down. I won't be silenced. You can't keep me quiet. Won't tremble when you try it. All I know is I won't go speechless. 'Cause I'll breathe when they try to suffocate me. Don't you underestimate me, 'cause I know that I won't go speechless. All right.
When you sing in a cappella, sometimes you start really high and you end up singing very high notes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Now, Karina would like to read the poem, Still I Rise. All right, Karina, can you raise your Zoom hand so we can see you? All right, there she is. And now you should be able to unmute. Hi, Karina. Can you say hi? Yeah, say hi so we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can
Yes.
hear you. Okay, you can go for it.
All right. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I built gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise.
All right.
Yay. Awesome, Karina.
Good job. I love it. And then I think we had somebody, Alexa V, asking to do counting stars. Where's Alexa V? If you can raise your Zoom hand, or Miguel, if you can ask her to unmute. So Alexa, if you get the ask to unmute, if you can just say hi so we see your screen.
Hi.
Hi. Let's see, I'm still trying to, can you say hi again?
Hello.
Oh, there it shows up. Okay. And let me click on counting stars. Okay. Are you ready, Alexa?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Lately, I've been loving to sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been loving praying hard, so no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars. I see life as a swing vine, swing my heart across the line. Now my face is flashing lights, seeking out and we shall find. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. Just I don't think that the world is sold, just doing what we're told. I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing. Nah, I feel something so wrong, doing the right thing. Couldn't I, everything that kills me.
All right.
Yay. Great job, Alexa.
Yay. Thank you so much for doing that. I love all the talent we have here and such bravery and willing to unmute and do that. Okay. And then Louisa W asked to sing This Is Me. So Louisa, if you can raise your Zoom hand, and then we can ask you to unmute. Oh, there she is. Let's see. Okay. And then Louisa, can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi, there you are. All right. Are you ready to sing This Is Me?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are, but I won't let them break me down to dust. I know there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I'm brave, I'm bruised, I'm who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me.
Yay. Awesome job.
I love it. Good job. Okay. And then is there anyone else that would like to try doing a poem, a quote, or a song? You can type in the chat box and let us know. Let's see. Okay, Ella. Oh, Ella would also like to sing This Is Me. That's a popular song.
I love to hear different renditions.
Yes, that is so true. Okay, Ella, let's see, it's Ella M. So if you can raise your Zoom hand. And there she is. Hi, Ella. Okay, now you should be able to unmute.
Hi.
Hi, okay, take it away. Go ahead.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say. We don't watch your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, 'cause no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. Oh, you're glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies, this is me.
Yay! Great job, Ella.
I love it. And I love how there's so many neat versions of that. That's so cool. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? I'm trying to see. Okay, so Miguel said Vivian would also like to sing This Is Me. Is that right?
No, it was Me by Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay. So do we have Vivian up? Okay, there she is. And let's, okay, Vivian, you should be able to unmute now and say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Vivian. Okay, you're gonna do Me by Taylor Swift. I love it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I promise that you'll never find another like me. I know that I'm a handful, baby. I know that you never think before I jump. And you'll never kind of guy that the ladies want. And there's a lot of cool chicks out there. I know that I'm a psycho on the phone. I never live well enough alone. And trouble's gonna follow where I go. And there's a lot of cool chicks out there, but one of these things is not like the others. I like a rainbow with all the colors. Baby doll, when it comes to a lover, I promise that you'll never find another like me. Ooh, I'm the only one in me. Baby, that's a fun of me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're the only one of you. Baby, that's a fun of you. And I promise that nobody's gonna love you like me.
Yay! Awesome, Vivian.
All right, that's great. Okay. Now, Embry, had you mentioned trying to do Fight Song? I think you went before, but yeah, I think we have time.
And Kat L wants to do Me, I think.
Oh, Kat
Yes.
L. Okay, so why don't we have Kat L come on because we haven't heard from her yet. And let's see. And Kat L, did you find her screen to ask her to unmute? Or Kat, can you raise your Zoom hand?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
There you are.
There.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay, yeah. I promise that you'll never find another like me. Oh, shoot.
That's okay. I know it's hard to do it.
Promise that you'll
acapella.
never find another like me. I know that I'm a handful, baby. I know that I've never been. I never think before I jump. And I know you're the kind of guy the ladies want. And I know that there's a lot of cool chicks. And I know that we went psycho on the phone. I never leave well enough alone, and trouble's gonna follow where I go. But one of these is not like the other, like a rainbow with all of the colors. Baby, it's all when it comes to a lover. I promise I'll never find another like me. Ooh, I'm the only one for you. I'm the only one of me. Baby, that's the fun of me. Ooh, you're the only one of you. Baby, that's the fun of you. And I promise that there's never gonna love like me.
All right.
Yay! Way to go, Kat.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Gosh, I love when everyone shares. I love when you can share and express a poem or a song. It's wonderful.
It is. It's so cool. Okay, so Embry, you mentioned you can try Fight Song and then Abaya, Over the Rainbow. We haven't heard Over the Rainbow yet, so maybe let's go to that. Abaya, can you raise your Zoom hand? There we go. And there, you should be able to unmute now, Abaya.
Okay.
All right, let me go to Over the Rainbow. Okay, take it away.
Somewhere where the rainbow way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere where the rainbow skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I?
All
right. Yay! Abaya, you have a beautiful voice.
I almost started clapping too early because it was so beautiful. My bad. Okay, so, oh, look at Michelle.
Oh, hi, Michelle. This is Ariel.
Somebody knows you from West.
Hi, Ariel.
We're both music teachers in Irvine, so apparently there's a student here of Miss Schultz.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see who else. Okay, we have both Embry and Alexa mention Fight Song.
Ocean
and
Eyes,
then Louisa,
Louisa?
Ocean Eyes. Okay, so Embry, are you the one that we heard from before?
Yes, Embry saying, or no, Embry didn't say Speechless. So if she
right.
wants to go,
Okay,
I would
so
love to hear Embry.
Embry, can you raise your Zoom hand? Right, just waiting for Embry.
Hi.
Ah, there you are. Okay, so let's see. You said Fight Song you're more familiar with. Okay, go ahead, Embry.
Can you pull up the lyrics?
Yeah, we have them on the screen. Can you see them?
Yeah, I can see them now. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all these things I didn't say, wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream them loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on, Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I still got a lot of fight left in me.
All right.
Yay! Embry, that was awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Good job. Who's up next? Miss Laura?
Let's see. Louisa wanted to do Ocean Eyes.
All right, Louisa, and let's see, Miguel, can you ask Louisa to unmute for Ocean Eyes? And Louisa, when you see that, can you say hello?
Hi.
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 All right, Louisa, are you ready? All right, go ahead.
I've been watching you for some time, can't stop staring at those ocean eyes, burning cities in napalm skies, 15 flares inside those ocean eyes, your ocean eyes, no fair, you really know to make me cry when you give me those ocean eyes. I'm scared of never falling quite this high, falling into your ocean eyes, those ocean eyes.
Okay.
Yay, awesome.
Yay. That's great. I love it. And we have about 8 minutes left of our lunchtime before we go into some music with our DJ Prez. So let's see, who do we have? Alexa V.
Alexa did Counting Stars, so she might want to try Fight Song this time.
Okay, and I don't see anyone else. So Alexa, do you want to do Fight Song still? Miguel, can you ask her to unmute? And Alexa, go ahead and say hi if you see that. Hi, Alexa.
There she is.
Hi. Hi.
Are you ready to do Fight Song?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves in motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream them loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm the right song. My power's turned on, starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I still got a lot of fight left in me.
Yeah.
Yay, great job, Alexa.
I love it. Okay. That's so great. Thank you so much. And I just like Abaya said, if we have more time, she can sing Reflection.
Oh.
Okay. So let me, before we have you go, Abaya, because I know it's so awesome that you're willing to sing all these songs. Is there anyone else who'd like to have a chance to do a quote
or a poem?
Yeah. So go, now's your time to type in the chat box. Okay, Ella M. and Melinda and Emma. Okay, so
I think, did Ella sing This Is Me?
Okay, let's go to Melinda and Emma. Would like to do
Eyes.
Ocean Eyes. Okay, Melinda and Emma, are you together in the same room or are you on two different?
I think they were. I think I saw them before.
Okay, so let's have Miguel, will ask you to unmute. And then go ahead and say hi as soon as you're unmuted.
Hi.
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 All right, you ready to sing Ocean Eyes?
Just her.
All right, go ahead.
All right. I've been watching you for some time. Can't stop staring at those ocean eyes. Burning cities and napalm skies. 15 flares inside those ocean eyes. Your ocean eyes, no fair. You really know how to make me cry when you give me those ocean
and scared. I've never fallen from quite beside, falling into your ocean eyes, those ocean eyes.
Wow, great job.
Yay. Thank you so much. All right. So I think we have enough time. So Ella, do you want to do fight song? Mr. Miguel, can you ask her to unmute? And Ella, go ahead and say hi.
Is it M or A? Ella, M or A?
M.
Yeah, M as in Mary.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves in emotion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say are wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream my life tonight. Can you hear my voice? This time this is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove it my right song. My power's turned on, it's turning right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I still got a lot of fight left to me.
Yay, awesome, Ella.
Good job.
I love hearing you all perform. It's wonderful.
Yes, it definitely is. So we have like 2 minutes left of our open mic time before we get to some music and back to our main stage with Miss Darby. Is there anyone else who'd like to try? Oh, the Sunburst Academy. Okay. Let's see. Let's see, Mr. Miguel. Oh, there they are. Okay, now you should be able to unmute Sunburst Academy.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, okay, Leah, let her know which one you want to do.
Which one do you want to do?
Can I do This Is Me?
Sure. All right, go ahead.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Right away, they say, no one will love you as you are. I won't let them break me down to this. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. Oh.
You got it.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I'm making no apologies. This is me.
All right.
I love it.
I don't think their name is Sunburst Academy though. Who was that?
Yeah, it was. Well, what's your name that sang that?
Yeah.
What's it? Brooklyn? My name is Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, that was
Brooklyn,
beautiful.
you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Right. Okay, everyone, we are going to do some music now and hear from DJ Prez. So let me stop sharing my screen. All right, DJ Prez, are you there?
I am here.
Okay. Yes, to DJ Perez. That was
Yes,
awesome.
DJ Prez. Oh my gosh, I could just do that all day. Thank you for that, DJ Prez. Oh my gosh. Ladies, do not forget, I'm here to remind you again to answer the question, what is it that makes you unique? I came up with my answer after a lot of thought, and I wrote down my ability to create community wherever I live. That is probably one of my favorite parts of my personality. I don't know what it is. I've now lived in a lot of places, and no matter where I'm at, I somehow seem to attract really wonderful people into my life. And so it just becomes this great reverberation of us sort of just creating a lot of light in a spot for a minute, no matter how long it lasts. So that's what makes me unique. One of the many things. So it's your turn. Write it down if you've not written it down. I'm looking at you. I see you. Okay. And if you have written it down, awesome. Save it. We are going to come back to that. But just get ready because we're running out of time. All righty. So up next, I would like to introduce you to a few incredible, and I cannot emphasize this enough, incredible ladies that I've been getting to hang out with all morning. They are awesome, and they are on our Youth Ambassador Council. They're here to share a few words with you. So please, please, please help me give the warmest welcome in the world to Allison Van Erp, Rhea Barbara, and President Morgan Barnes. Woohoo! Come on up.
All right, and we're going to spotlight their video. Here we go.
Are we good to go?
Yep, you're good to go. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Allison, and this is Rhea, and we're on the Youth Ambassador Council at the Women's Journey Foundation. If you're looking for more opportunities within the Women's Journey Foundation and are enjoying this conference today, there are a few spots left on our Youth Council. We're a team of high school and college age girls who bring a youth perspective to the Women's Journey Foundation. We help plan events like this very I Can conference, create content like the My Journey Journal, which you've also got today, and there's something for everyone. We also work on social media, so check out our Instagram at WJF Youth for some background footage from today. Behind the scenes. Personally, I love being on the Youth Council because of all the new friends I've made and the safe community that I've been welcomed into. And there's also been endless leadership and communication skills that I've gained. So check out the link in the chat and or DM us on Instagram at WJF Youth if you're interested. Let me pass it on to President.
Oh, President, we can't hear you. Not quite yet. Okay, we'll just give us a moment, working on it.
Okay, so while President's going, I guess I'll go. So my name is Rhea, and I'm the council's outreach co-leader, and I'm just going to be talking to you guys today about the future workshops that this foundation will host. So first I'd like to ask you guys, how is the conference going for you all? Are you guys liking it? Show us with your little stick emojis, or just go ahead and give us a silent applause. That'll do too. But for me, it's going amazing. I love this amazing conference. It's going so well. I think everybody's doing an amazing job leading it. But basically, if you guys liked making new friends, if you guys like the content that was taught to you guys, if you guys like the conference overall, then I think the workshops would be an amazing opportunity for you guys to get more involved in the foundation. So these workshops are open to girls of all ages, from 0 to 18, really. You can invite your friends, your family, your cousins, your first cousins, literally everybody. We're open to having everybody on this council or on these workshops. But these workshops can range from a variety of topics. You know, we can have college readiness, yoga, mental wellness, anything that you guys would like, we can do workshops on. And if you guys have ideas on what to do for workshops, you guys can go ahead and DM us on the Instagram at WJF Youth that are on our t-shirts. You guys can go ahead and DM us about any ideas you guys have. And if you guys are interested in those workshops, go ahead and fill out the interest form in the chat below, or in the comment section. But basically, it's the same one that Ali and Prez have mentioned. I'll go ahead and pass it on to Prez if her mic's working.
All right. I know we had slow sound, so let me ask you to unmute. Okay, can you unmute now? Oh, we still can't hear you. Okay, we'll just give it another minute. It's okay. And I know links have been put in the chat box right now by Shiree to the Youth Action Council. Okay, say hello. We'll see if we can hear anything.
You all hear me now?
Oh, now we can hear you.
President!
Yay!
So I'm President Morgan Barnes, if you all don't know already. I'm on the Youth Ambassador Council, and I'm here to share another opportunity for those of you who are 10 to 14 years old and not in high school or college. It's called Girls Gather, and it's where you all will meet with other girls and discuss things like how to create stronger friendships, be better towards the environment, and so much more. So if you've enjoyed being in the breakout rooms today, that will be a great opportunity for you. And even if you've had a harder time breaking out of your shyness today, I recommend joining, because I've learned that with Women's Journey Foundation, you meet a lot of people who are encouraging and make you feel comfortable sharing your voice.
All right, thank you, DJ Prez. That was awesome. So our Yak girls, do you have any more to say?
We have no more to say. That's all from us. We just
I'm sure you have a lot to say.
I could talk all day, but I think that this conference has a lot more things, a lot more directions we can go into. So I think that's all from us for right now. So that's a bye from us. Have an amazing day at the conference. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Woohoo, my gosh. There's some cool cats right there. I've had a great time getting to talk with them. So I hope that you do take advantage of all the information they just gave you, because I mean, I myself am considering, I wish I was in the age bracket to be able to do this. So maybe I could just build a time machine. I don't know. All right. Thank you so much to our ambassadors. Okay, everybody, buckle your seatbelts in, because we are about to meet some very impressive women, and they're going to leave you inspired. So I hope you're ready for that. These women are really great role models, and they've established unconventional careers. They've followed their dreams. They've gone against the odds, and they've believed enough in themselves just to go for it. So to lead today's discussion, please help me welcome the Vice President of the Women's Journey Foundation, Justine Arian Edwards. Help me give her a big round of applause, Justine.
Thank you, Darby. Woo! All right. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? Yeah. All right. This is how I'm feeling right now, holding up my emoji paddle. Whew. All right. So like Darby said, we have a colorful career panel. And in this panel, you saw a few sneak preview videos of some of our panelists. So I hope you're excited. We are going to be starting off with, let's see, are our panelists here? Are they ready and on screen? I have one next to me and love to see the others. So we're going to be starting off with Selena Laniel, and she is our, there's Salome, and Selena is our American Ninja Warrior and firefighter. So, oh. Okay, that's Salome, not Selena. All right, so I'll keep talking while they get Selena up on screen so you can all see her. But as you saw in that amazing video, Selena is in awesome shape, right? I think they said she was like 43 in that video. And as being somebody who's older than 43, I can tell you that that's amazing that she is able to compete on that level. And to be a firefighter is that's no easy feat. So we're going to get to hear from Selena.
And she's on right now.
About how she does it. Okay.
Yeah, she's on.
Okay, so I can't see her.
Maybe our main stage, they can put it in spotlight view. Okay, so you can go ahead, Justine.
Okay, awesome. All right, so while they're getting that taken care of, Selena, first of all, welcome and thanks so much for joining us today. You were one of our mentors and speakers a few years ago in person at our conference, and you actually were one of the favorites. So we're really happy to have you back.
That's awesome. Thank you. I'm so excited to be back.
Yay. Okay, there yay, now I can see you. And so first of all, just start off telling us how many American Ninja Warriors were you on? Seemed like a bunch.
Yes, I'm actually a veteran. I'm actually a 7-season veteran of the show. I started back in season 4 when it actually was pre-NBC, before NBC picked it up, and it was really, before it got bigger, that was my first season. And then between now and then, I've skipped a few seasons here and there, depending on where I was with my career or injuries. But I've been on 7 seasons.
Wow, that's impressive. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but I also want to bring in the fact that you're a firefighter as well. And so we'll jump back and forth between the two a little bit, but what inspired you to become a firefighter and how long have you been one?
So the whole firefighter aspect came into my life a little later. It was due to 9/11, actually. I was actually pregnant for my first daughter when 9/11 happened. And I just couldn't imagine bringing in kids into the world without doing my part, having a hand in making the world a better place. And for me, being a first responder just resonated, and it's where I thought I belonged. And firefighting is the route I took.
Wow. So I know both, the firefighting and the American Ninja Warrior, you have to be in like tip-top shape for both, right? It's like very challenging physically, mentally. So can you tell us a little bit about like what it takes for you to prepare to like both mentally and physically, just like really what it takes to prepare yourself for that level of challenge?
So I think actually they go hand in hand pretty well. So being a female firefighter is actually really hard physically. The job is demanding, whether you're male or female, but being a female is extremely demanding. It's hard on our bodies and it requires a lot of strength and conditioning. So just working out towards that and being able to do my job to the ability and to the best of my ability, because I like to set my bar pretty high. So working out and preparing myself to be able to do my job at that level kind of transfers really well with Ninja Warrior, because I work out upper body all the time, like upper body grip strength, cardiovascular, all those things. So they transfer actually really well. And then the mental aspect of it, being able to face what we face on such short notice, being able to do what we do and the split decision making that we do in firefighting transfers really well to Ninja Warrior with the level of stress and the decisions that we make on the course.
Yeah, that sounds, wow. It sounds intense. And, you brought up that especially being a woman, it's challenging, of course, physically, but also like, what are some of the things you've had to come across being a woman in sort of male dominated industries?
It definitely, it is harder. Like I said, we don't have that brute strength that the males have. So it does require a lot more discipline on my part in the gym. And making sure that I can do the job, because the requirements are the same, doing the same job that the guys are doing. So I have to be able to pull my 300-pound partner out of a burning fire if that's the case. So it just requires a lot of discipline. And it's very challenging. It's very hard physically. And because it's so challenging physically, it gets pretty draining and challenging mentally. I love what I do, and I prepare myself to be able to do it to the best of my ability. So it just makes it that much better.
Yeah. So one more question for now. So in terms of that mental toughness, right? Because you got to be super mentally tough to endure what you do. How do you stay strong that way?
Oh, the mental toughness is hard. I guess it's in me because I like to set my bar pretty high, and I like to challenge myself in everything I do in life. And so it's baby steps. Like I set smaller challenges. Like when I was training and going through the fire academy, it was like, one evolution at a time, the morning part at a time, then the afternoon, and getting through one day and then getting through a week. And so I set my goals shorter term so that they're attainable. And by getting at that goal, it's such a positive feeling, and it makes you feel so good that then you're ready to push on for the next goal. And then without knowing it, you've combined all these goals and you've achieved the actual goal that you're trying to reach. And so that's kind of how I live even now, being on the job I've been a firefighter now for almost 10 years. And I've promoted within the ranks, and now I actually drive the fire engine, and it's a different position. But the goals are just pushed a little bit every time, and I keep getting closer and closer to my end goal. And that's just the way that I work it. It's just the way I work my daily life.
I think that's such great advice. Breaking goals down, accomplishing one thing at a time, taking it day by day. And then really, those small steps add up to that bigger goal, right? And so like when we achieve those small goals, it gives us that little bit of confidence, that little boost of confidence to go for the next and the next, right? So such great advice.
Sometimes those big goals are just, they're big, and you can hit a brick wall if you want in a certain way, if you set those goals too big, and then that sets you back because you get kind of disappointed and crushed from it. So setting a smaller goal that is setting you on the right path, to me, is just, especially in a choice when times are hard and what you want to do is a little bit harder. It's just nice. You're climbing a mountain to get to the top and see the other side.
Yeah. Amazing. You're so inspiring. I will have final questions for all the panel at the end. Can we get them back up on the screen again? Oh, okay. Oh boy. All right. So next, we are going to go to our young poet here, who you all saw today, Salome Agbaroji. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little, but she's our amazing poet here today. And we asked her to be on the panel to tell you a little bit about her story and how she got involved with poetry and how that's affected her life. And if any of you are interested in poetry, maybe you can become inspired through Salome. So why don't we, there you are. So why don't you tell the young ladies here how old you are and when you first came across poetry and became interested in it?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm 16 years old, and I would say I first came across poetry when I first encountered language and vocabulary itself. I had always tried to be creative with my words, whether it's through writing lyrics on a page or if I called it poetry. But I think ever since elementary school, I've been writing some form of poetry, whether I called it that or not. I just always wanted to explore with words and how I can be creative with it.
So what is, this journey that you've been on with poetry, like what has it really given you personally?
It's given me not only a platform to share any message that I want with the audience. Like today, I tried to share a message of accepting yourself in everything that you are and your multiple identities. And it's also given me the opportunity to be reassured in my own talents, because I'd say there's so many talented women here today that even help make this happen. And some people have the talent of facilitating. And I try to use my talent of creative writing and speaking to give other people purpose and motivate them. So poetry is not only something I try to use to help others, but it helps me grow in the talents that I was born with.
And on that note, do you feel like, obviously you said you were born with the talent, but do you feel like this is something that somebody could learn how to do if they don't feel like they're born with that talent?
Yes, definitely. And like one of the reasons why I love poetry so much is that it's so accessible to anyone. With other talents and other careers, you might need a lot of money to get maybe a film project going, or you need to buy a camera. The only thing with poetry that you need is to trust in your own creativity, a concept of language, and I assume we all have that, and a paper and pencil. Like you can start right now today, just writing any thoughts that you feel and letting yourself be creative with it. And just by allowing yourself explore different metaphors and similes, then you naturally get better at finding your own creative voice. And that's how you become a great poet. It's just conveying yourself in your own unique way.
That's awesome. So I know you're part of an organization called Get Lit. Can you tell us how being part of that organization has helped you or inspired you on your path to poetry?
Oh yeah, of course. Like I started formally doing poetry, like actually calling it poetry with Get Lit. And the model that Get Lit uses is a classic in response. What we call a classic could be anything from Shakespearean poems to Kendrick Lamar rap lyric, any piece of art that we feel like will stand the test of time and is very valuable. And then we write responses to it. So if I see a piece of art that's a classic that inspires me, I'll write a piece in reaction to that. And it kind of creates a dialogue with poetry too. And it's something that anyone can do in the same way that you watch your favorite music video and you express how much you love it. That's you responding to a piece of art. So Get Lit has really just showed me how to interact with art and make it my own. So I can now have my own catalog to share with you all.
That's amazing. And you're able to stand up and inspire the girls here and other people who get to hear your poetry and your beautiful words that you share in a really powerful way. So thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
And I'll have one more question for you later.
Okay.
All right. So next up, we have Miss California 2021, Jasmine Avalos. So Jasmine, welcome. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. It is so nice to be here. Thank you so much for having me today. It's a pleasure.
Awesome. And so can you just start off by sharing a little bit with everyone? When did you become interested in pageants and how, what is it like competing in them?
Sure. So I actually found the Miss America organization when I was 14 years old, and I was actually taking dance lessons at a local dance studio where we were part of a mentoring program, and we had the opportunity to go down to the local dance studio and have an hour of dance lessons every single Saturday morning. And on one of those mornings, I met one of the dancers who was the current teen local title holder for the city of Garden Grove here in California. And so I started talking to her, learned a little bit more about the organization. And as a first generation student, I knew that I would need scholarship assistance to go to college and to accomplish my goals of graduating and being the first in my family to hold a degree. And so that's how I became involved with the organization. And it's just given me so much mentorship, the opportunity to make friendships that I've had for years, and to now compete on the Miss America stage in December. So it's been a wild, wild ride.
Well, congrats on being the first generation in your family to graduate college. That's a major accomplishment.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And so you come across as a very confident person. So
thank you.
Have you always been that way? And how has your journey, like how have you become more confident throughout your journey?
Yes. So, I actually haven't always been that way. When I found the organization, I had braces. I was not allowed to wear high heels until I was 15. My mother was very adamant about not letting me wear any makeup, not letting me wear high heels. She said I was too young to do any of that stuff. But thanks to dance, I was able to do all those things and learn about stage makeup and whatnot. But I think one of the things that really helped to boost my confidence was setting long-term goals for myself and setting little goals along the way to get to those big long-term goals. And every single time I accomplished a milestone, whether that's checking something off of my to-do list, learning to do a new trick at the dance studio, hitting a new note that I couldn't hit before during my vocal lessons, those little accomplishments really add up, and they built my confidence, they boosted my self-esteem, and along the way taught me that I could accomplish those goals, so that when I looked at the big picture, at the big goals of walking across the stage on graduation day at Cal State Fullerton or stepping on the Miss California stage, all those little experiences helped me to learn and to realize that I could do those things and that I was enough. And so that's something that I want you all to know, is that you are so enough. It's incredible how enough you are. And if you just celebrate the small victories every single day, little changes add up to big changes. And so it's so important to celebrate the little wins along the way.
That's perfect. That was one of the questions I was going to ask you. So you're leading the way. So can you tell us about something difficult that you've experienced personally that you've had to overcome and how you did it?
Sure. So, one of the things that I had to do while I was navigating the education system is actually having to handle 2 jobs while I was a senior in high school. I started working when I was 16 years old and actually purchased my family's first car. Before that, my mother and I did not have a vehicle in the state of California, which, as you can imagine, was very difficult to get around. And so that's one of the things that was very hard, is just learning to be responsible and mature and learning self-reliance from a young age. I feel that I had to grow up rather quickly and joining the workforce so young. But I think that ultimately that taught me a lot of responsibility. And I'm really happy for those experiences, even though it was difficult to see my friends go to the movies and hang out on a Friday night. Well, I had to go scoop ice cream at the local ice cream shop. So that was hard at first. But when I look back on those experiences, I learned a lot. And I'm really happy for those experiences.
Yeah, it sounds like you are a woman of determination and hard work. And
thank you.
Yeah. And so that's really inspiring, I think, for the other girls. So I will have another question for you at the end as well, but I'd like to say thanks so much for being here today.
Of course.
We are now going to turn to Mimi Turnbull Black, and she is our girl gamer, and she's a writer and producer. And so Mimi, welcome.
Thank you.
So would you mind telling us a little bit about what you do in the gaming industry?
So I kind of wear many hats. My role's a little unconventional at my company. I work for a company called Blind Squirrel Games, and I am a writer, and I'm also an associate producer. I have a rare slash role. So on the writing side, it could be anything from like narrative stuff to character, like I was just doing character bios for our new project, and on the last one it was, if you play video games, like especially with free-to-play games, you can buy things called skins or emotes or emojis, and it was naming all of those things, all the descriptions, basically any text you saw on screen, tutorials, all that, all the weapons and abilities, which is fun because I just get to write puns all day long, basically. And then for the production side, it's a lot of organization and making sure all of the different disciplines that go into making a game are functioning and talking to one another, and everyone is basically working as a cohesive unit. And it's a lot of moving parts.
So how do you get into something like that? And like, what does it require? Like, what's sort of the path if the girls here wanted to pursue that?
Right. Well, the good news about the game industry, I think, is that there are a lot of very unconventional paths. I'd say everyone at our studio has a different way that they broke in. Like some people go to university for it. Some people, there are video game degrees. We kind of not frown on them, but a lot of the time we can't hire people with video game degrees because we're looking for people that have are specialists in a certain area. And so those video game degrees, a lot of the time they teach you a little bit about a lot of things, and we need someone that is an expert at animation or in engineering. So we always recommend, if you're going to go to university, go for a specific thing, whether it's the engineering or art or animation. But a lot of people start, like a lot of our producers started in QA, which is quality assurance testing. And so if you just love video games and you're good at communication, we're always looking for people that are good at communications, good at finding bugs. You can apply to become a QA tester. A lot of people we hire as QA testers start without any background, any university. I myself am very unconventional. I started as a receptionist, and I worked my way up to the production and writing role. And so I always tell people, start with small companies where you can build rapport, where you can make yourself indispensable. And I got to know all of the higher ups at our company and was able to prove myself. And now I'm in a much higher position than I was. And it's not a super rare story in the game industry, I would say, at least at my company and what I've seen.
Well, that's great advice. It's good to know that there are many paths, right? So what do you feel is the most challenging, and what's been the most rewarding for you in this field?
Let's see. Challenging. I know that there are a lot of challenges in the game industry that I actually have been fortunate with my company to have avoided. There, especially as a woman in the industry, there is, the sexism issue, which is something to keep in mind and be aware of. There are companies out there that are trying to break away from that, and it's awesome to see things changing. But also long hours. The video game industry is kind of notorious for crunch culture, which is something that hopefully is changing also, but that can be overwhelming sometimes. That's probably one of the bigger challenges. But also rewarding is just being able to create something that is in the hands of thousands of people, if not more, and seeing them enjoy it. But also the collaborative stuff. The new project we're working on has come with some challenges, and seeing everyone come together. And when we hit that goal, and it does come together when we've all been losing our minds, that is, super, super rewarding, seeing everyone's hard work pay off.
That's awesome. Thank you. I think that was really helpful, insightful information for any girls who might be interested in getting into that field. So I'll have another question for you again as well. Thank you for being here. We're now going to turn to Hannah Harrell, and she is our 3-time medalist and Olympic hopeful figure skater. Hannah, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you here today. So can you tell us, I love the video with you and your mom. It's so cool that you guys have such a close relationship and she's your biggest supporter. I think that's awesome. So can you tell everybody how old you are and how old you were when you first got interested in figure skating?
I'm 18 years old now, but I started figure skating when I was about 3 years old. So over 15 years, basically. So
your whole
life. Yeah, basically. Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome. I did see your videos of you skating, and you're a very powerful skater. So your presence is amazing. And so like one thing that came through for me is that you have a really strong work ethic. Like you're a really hard worker. Where did that come from? Where did that drive in you and that like commitment to work hard come from?
Well, it's kind of hard to be like super motivated like every single day, especially for me, because every day I have to wake up early. Sometimes I have to be at the rink by 6 o'clock. That's like my first class, and I'll be there like all day. But like for me, I really like competing and having really good results. And like during the pandemic, it was kind of difficult since there's like no competitions, no motivation. But like for me, the being able to compete and skating really well makes me like really happy, and I feel really rewarded. So I feel like all the hard work that I do will give me a good result. So I feel like it's always worth it to put 100% of my effort in every single day.
That's awesome. So how do you pick yourself back up when you fall? I mean, literally you're going to fall, right? And we're all going to fall in life at times. And so like, how do you pick yourself back up from that mentally so that you can keep going?
Well, I've actually struggled with that as well, like for like maybe like a year or two, because I had an injury, and that injury was misdiagnosed twice by 2 different orthopedic surgeons. That it was a stress fracture, but they said it was just tendonitis. So it hurt to walk for like a full year. And it was really difficult for me to get back into the sport, because since I couldn't train, like all my elements were gone, like my jumps, like it was really difficult to come back. But I also like recently moved to California, and my coaches, like he used to be an Olympian, he was a world medalist, and he also understood how like I was going through tough times, and he would talk to me. He was like my mental supporter as well. And my mom would talk to me, and every single day, like even though it was a struggle, I forced myself to wake up and at least do one thing. Like, for example, like if I woke up and I didn't want to do it, I would just be like, well, try to go to the rink first and see how you feel. And then once I was at the rink and I felt better and I was still like tired, but I was like, okay, I'd be like, well, try to skate like one session. So basically I would just take everything one step at a time. And I didn't think like, oh, I have to do this all day, every day. I would just think, okay, my first task is this. Okay, that's not that hard. So I would just simplify everything. So it would be like easier for me to accomplish.
I think that's the theme today, what I'm hearing so far, right, from everyone. It's like focus on one thing at a time, break it down into baby steps, just accomplish one thing at a time and build that confidence and build the belief in yourself, right? And that you have the ability to keep going.
Yeah, it sounds really simple, but it's actually really difficult. Like once you figure out how to do it, it comes to you more naturally. But like for me, that was the most difficult thing to understand. But once I could figure that out, it helped me a lot.
Yeah. And I think it's great also that you have such a good support system. I think that's important that, everybody identifies people in their life that can help cheer them on and help keep them going when it gets hard. So that's awesome. What is something that, kind of when you are dealing with that challenging, those thoughts, like what are some specific thoughts, or do you have any mantras or anything that you focus on in your mind that helps you to keep pushing through?
Sometimes I just try to think of something that makes me happy, whether it's like, I don't know, like going out with friends or like my favorite food, or like just kind of distracting myself from what is going on and all the negativity. So I distract myself with like something that would make me feel much better than how I feel at the moment.
That's good advice. Okay, awesome, Hannah. Thank you so much. I'll have another question for you in a bit. And we're going to get to our final panelist for today, Rhonda Bolton. And she's an attorney, an activist, and a city council member in Huntington Beach. Rhonda, welcome.
Hi, Justine. Hi, everybody.
Hey, so thanks for being here today also. And, another theme I think going on with the panelists is that you're all multi-talented, multi-passionate. There's a lot of things you do and you're interested in. So Rhonda, what are you most passionate about and why?
I am most passionate about helping people be the best that they can be, reach their potential. And I think that one of the ways that people do that is by being able to, relate to one another and kind of get past barriers or obstacles, that they may have in terms of communication or, backgrounds or, life experience. So one of the things that I have tried to do, I guess one of the consistent themes throughout all of the different things that I've done in my career has been just, trying to bring people together or trying to remove barriers. So, whether that was in legal practice, working with folks who, couldn't afford legal representation, and I worked with a firm that allowed us to provide pro bono representation to folks in need. Or, once I left the formal legal practice and got into helping people within organizations to communicate better with one another, there's just always been this appeal to me to be able to help people.
So can you tell us a little bit about how you kind of chose your path, your professional path, and like, did you choose it or did it choose you?
It chose me, I think. That's definitely a good question. Yeah, because especially at this point, because I think that I'm hoping that I'm, kind of in the maybe, not the last stage, but at some point, I hope to retire at some point, maybe in the next like 20 years or so, if my kids ever move out. But it does feel like it chose me. Because there are lots of zigs and zags in a career. And so, I think that, if you start out and you say, like I did, oh, well, I want to be a lawyer, and you have one thing in mind, you have a picture in your mind of what that might look like, you might encounter opportunities along the way that are kind of like off the beaten path and like, wow, that's interesting. Why would I do that? And I would say, don't be afraid to get off that path that, you see everybody else on, because there might be a really terrific opportunity there for you as an individual to do something that's really distinctive.
That's such great advice. I agree that, in staying open, opportunities will be presented to us and it might not be what we thought it was, right? It might be even better.
Definitely, yeah.
So yeah, that's great. So similar question is, what is a challenge, a big challenge that you've had to overcome on your path, and how did you do it?
The challenges have been many, but one thing that's really stayed with me over the course of my career is, when you encounter people, especially if it's in a male dominated area, for example, they may look at you and they may see a woman, or they may see a person who's, the youngest person in the room, or they may see a person of color, or they may see a person with a disability, and they may not have high expectations because of, some reason. And that can be really frustrating because, I know what I'm capable of. I think that everyone here knows what they're capable of, and that they're capable of great things. And when you kind of deal with people and they look at you and they just don't expect a whole lot, that can get you down. But don't let that get you down. And I have tried not to let that kind of thing get me down. Over the years, I have always, that makes me work even harder in a way, if I see that somebody is like, oh, she probably doesn't know what she's talking about, or she probably doesn't know what she's doing. I just always strive to exceed expectations and not, let that kind of situation get me down.
Awesome. So one last question for you is, what advice do you have for girls who want to get involved and make a difference? What's one piece of advice?
Just go for it. Again, you may be presented with an opportunity, and, it may be a little bit scary because it's something that you hadn't considered before, or it seems like it's, something that might be a really big goal or something like that. I think the advice from a lot of the panelists here to just kind of break things down into little steps and don't let the bigger goal overwhelm you is excellent advice. But first and foremost, go for it. Don't hold yourself back.
Awesome advice. Thank you. All right. So one final question for all the panelists. We're running out of time already. I can't believe it. And if you all are enjoying this, we're going to, like Ria said earlier, we're going to do more workshops longer than this for all of you. So make sure you go to that link in the chat on our website and sign up on our form. So our final question for all the panelists is, and this can, it's whatever you want it to be. It's a very general question, but what advice do you have for the young ladies who are here today watching this, or who might watch the replay of this in the future? Or what's something that you want them to know? So let's go back in order again, starting with Selena.
What I would say is that you're fully capable. Each and every one of you is fully capable. We're all of us here on this panel are the perfect example that we saw something we wanted and we went after it and we got there, and we're still going further if we want to. You guys are 100% capable of going after anything you want. You just have to, like we all said, don't aim for the biggest goal, baby step it and get there, but get your foot in the door and get out there and go after it, because you're enough, you can do it, and you've got a big network that'll support you. Just go for it.
Awesome. Thank you. Salome, what's your advice, or something?
What I would say is it's important to just trust the process and trust yourself more than anything else. If you're anything like me, you'll try to plan out each sequential event like month by month, year by year, and I can assure you it will not happen how you plan it. It 100% will not. So all you have to do is just again, take it step by step. be open and take opportunities that come to you, and just believe in yourself and work on yourself, and everything else will fall into place when it's destined to.
Great advice. Thank you. Jasmine.
Yes, so I want you all to know that you are capable of doing absolutely everything that you set your mind to. Don't let anybody ever tell you that it can't be done. I cannot count the amount of times that people in my life told me that I was never going to make it through school, that I wasn't going to become Miss California, that I wasn't going to do a lot of the things that I set my mind out to do. You are your own worst critic, and you're also your biggest cheerleader. You've got to believe in your ability to do those things. And one of my favorite quotes is from Misty Copeland, who was the first African-American dancer to be promoted to the principal spot at American Ballet Theater. And she said, "You can start late, look different, be uncertain, and still succeed." And whenever I start doubting myself, or don't feel good enough, or start comparing myself to other people, which I think is something a lot of young women struggle with, looking to your left and to your right and comparing your life to somebody else. Well, they must be so much more successful than me because they have those things and I don't, or I wish I had this and not that, or what they have. And you've got to focus on yourself. You got to focus on your own goals, on your own life, put your blinders on and keep focused on the things that you have planned for your own life. And I think that it doesn't matter when or how you start, as long as you get started and that you keep going. And that would be my biggest advice to you, is just to stay true to who you are and to focus on your own personal goals.
That's awesome. Thank you. Mimi.
I would say explore, because I think a lot of people think they have to go down a certain path, and they force themselves down a certain path before they know who they are. And it's okay to not know who you are. I didn't go to college until I think it was 8 years after I graduated high school, because I was doing a bunch of creative endeavors that I wanted to do. And I was looked down on, by people that went straight to university after college. And a lot of them are very successful, have a lot of money, and they're miserable because they didn't take that time to figure out what they wanted to do or who they are. So I think that that's the advice. It's okay to not know what you want to do. Just go out there and figure out what you love and then hone in on that. So
I love that so much. Thank you. Yeah. Girls, you don't have to have it all figured out.
No.
Okay. Thanks. Hannah.
What I have to say is I think it's important to push yourself like every single day, whether it's like a little bit or a lot, because like it's like a snowball effect that like even if you take like little steps, it does make a big difference in the long run. And I think it's important that like you trust the process and you take everything one step at a time. And even the smallest things can make a big difference for the outcome.
Awesome. Thank you. And Rhonda.
This is all such good advice. I wish I knew you guys when I was 16. I would say surround yourself with positivity. If you can, surround yourself with people who are positive and who can support you because, there are good days and bad days. And if not people, then surround yourself with things that you read or things that you hear that are positive so that you can stay positive and continue toward that goal that you have for yourself.
Awesome. Thank you all so very much for being here with us today. You're all extremely inspiring. Girls, give it up for them. Show your love. Hold up your paddles. You can hold up, if you don't have a paddle, you can hold up a little heart. Give it up for them. Thank you all so, so much. We'd love to hear, I don't know if we're going to open up the chat, hear what you all think about these ladies.
We are. We're going to open up the chat right now. I just opened it up. So if any of you want to say anything to our panelists or tell them thank you for being here, now is your chance to put it in the chat box.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what inspired you. What's something that you're taking away from the panel discussion today?
Yeah, and I just opened up the chat. And Rosie says, thank you. Karina says, amazing advice. I find all of it very inspiring. And all of you are super pretty and very inspiring. Thank you for coming. A lot of thank yous, amazing advice. Yes. And amazing, or thank you with tons of exclamation marks.
Awesome.
Ah, and somebody's parent teaches at Cal State Fullerton. Yay.
Jasmine likes that.
Yeah.
Titans retire.
And oh, Aubrey loved the quote that you said, Miss California. She loved that.
Hey, that's awesome.
Thank you for coming to everyone. All right. So, Justine, do you have any closing words before we close out our panel?
My closing words are, I mean, I think the panel summed it up pretty well for these ladies. So I, again, would just like to offer our appreciation to all of you for being here today, for being an inspiration, and for your commitment to making a difference. And just to the girls, if you want more of this, go on our page and sign up on our interest form. We're going to be having more of this for you coming soon. Thank you all.
Thank you, panelists. All right. And we're going to move back over to Darby and myself on our main stage. And as we do that, we're going to switch over our spotlights. Okay, Darby.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much to all of our panelists. That was awesome. And as my wheels turning, it's so validating to hear just all of the stories, all of the paths, all the different journeys everyone's taken. And it makes me reflect on my own life in such an interesting way. So thank you so much to everyone who spoke today, from the bottom of my heart, as well as everyone who's a part of this organization. We are so grateful to have you, as well as I'm sure every girl that just listened to that. So thank you so much. But I want to turn it on to our listeners and to every girl and lady that is here today. And I want to pose a question for you, another one. We want to know about your dreams. We want to know that if you could do anything in this world, not just what you could do for money, not just a career, if you could do anything, what would that be? What would it be that makes you excited to jump out of bed tomorrow morning? What would it be that gives you some purpose? What is it that fills you up and makes you feel more alive than anything else? What is it that makes you want to go the extra mile? What are your dreams outside of the context of whatever society, school, any of that has told you? What is it that makes you feel good? I'd love if you would all think about that for a minute and go to the chat box. I think sometimes it's very easy to get caught up in this idea of comparing our dreams to money or wanting them to be linked, when sometimes that's not what it is. You know, money is great, and to be able to turn your passion into money is absolutely beautiful. But I think before you can even think about the financial aspect of everything, you have to start with what it is that makes you feel good. What makes you feel happy? So I want you all to remember that absolutely nothing is impossible. Not a single thing. We are living in a day and age where we are sending cars to space. We have a man working and going to Mars. And I don't know, there's a guy named Jeff Bezos who can deliver anything to your door the next day. So like, times are crazy. Just dream it up, you know, like there's nothing that you can't do. So if you could do anything, what would that be? So next, we're going to open small form groups. We're going to form small groups. I'm so sorry. We're going to form small groups, and you're all going to get a chance to share what it is with each other that makes you feel good. What are your dreams? What do you love? What do you love doing? So in 1 minute, you're going to get a chance to elaborate on all of that and share that with each other, and just start vibrating at that level. Just start there. All right? That would be awesome.
Yeah, you're going to be put into a new group than what you were in this morning. So you have a chance to meet some new people. And this is your chance to unmute your microphone and introduce yourself to the new group. And you can each share what Darby just said. If you could do anything, what would that be? Or do you have any dreams? Or if you don't even know that, you could just say, what is something you like to do right now in life? So it's really, there's no wrong answer. So Miguel, if you can go ahead and open up those breakout rooms and we'll get those going. Okay, so everyone's going to go in their breakout room now. pick your meme. You get to click on any of the stars. Dahlia likes scary movies. Can't say that I love scary movies, but I know a lot of people do. Oh, and you know what? It should say, click on the star to reveal your meme for the day, not your affirmation. Sorry, that was a typo in there. So your meme for the day. And you can explore around different stars if you want. Nothing says you can't click on more than one. So again, the link is in the chat box. All right, so I'm sure a lot of you by now have your meme for the day. Just a little inspirational quote. And I think we're going to continue right now for our timing. All right, and I'm going to send it back to Darby on our main stage. All right, Darby, you're up. Oh, we're muted. Okay, main stage. Can unmute. Just one moment.
All right, everybody, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sweet. I have been so excited about this last speaker we have for you. So let me introduce her. Her name is Adriana Brown. So Adriana is 17 years old and began her yoga journey back in mid-2019. With that, it began as a flexibility-focused practice, and it quickly grew into a deep, holistic practice that nourished her mind, body, and soul. Yoga helped her to discover a relationship with herself and the universe that she didn't know was possible. And it was then that her spiritual journey really started. Adriana completed Uplift Yoga's 200-hour teacher training, which inspired her to venture out of her comfort zone and chase the life she desires. Please help me welcome Adriana Brown.
Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me? All right, I think we can hear me. All right, perfect. My name is Adriana Brown, and I'm a teen mentor here at Uplift. I'm so excited to be speaking with all of you guys. The conference is going so amazing, and I'm happy to be here. I found Uplift at a time where I was looking for true connection, belonging, and a feeling of being seen, and Uplift has given me that and so much more, which I'm so beyond grateful for. It has given me a community that I didn't know was possible. It has given me these life and emotional skills to look at myself, others, and the world differently in a more productive way. And it has given me opportunities for growth like no other. So I am beyond grateful to be here. One of my favorite opportunities that I'd like to speak on is my 200-hour teacher training that was mentioned. I was able to become a certified yoga teacher / wellness or mindfulness leader. And I can say that it was the most expansive and special experience of my life. So I'm really excited to share just a touch of all the things that I've learned with everyone. I could truly talk about Uplift all day. So I'll just go ahead and start by sharing 3 fun facts about myself. The first one being that I absolutely adore animals and children. Second one being I'm an introvert who deeply values my alone time. And third one being that I am passionate about being seen and seeing others. I would like to flip it back on you guys and ask, what is something that is truer than true about you? A fun fact that makes you you, maybe something you love about yourself, just something that makes you unique. So go ahead and type that down in the chat below, and I will go ahead and read some of them. Oh, I was born in China. That is cool.
Maybe Adriana, say one more time what you want them to write in the chat box.
Yeah, you guys can share something that is true about you, maybe something that you really like about yourself, or just something kind of going back to the question earlier, something that makes you unique. You can go ahead and type that down below. similar to the facts that I shared earlier, like me being an introvert, enjoying alone time. I've been snowboarding since I was 2.5. Wow, that is a cool picture. 2.5-year-old snowboarding. I love it. Maybe we'll wait for one more. Oh, someone loves animals too. Love it. I've been a Girl Scout since 1st grade. Thank you guys. And as a follow-up question, I would like to ask you guys how it feels to acknowledge something that's true about yourselves. And as an example, when I shared what was true about me or some fun facts about myself, it made me feel powerful and seen. So how does it feel to share things that are true about yourself with others? And go ahead and type that in the chat as well. I see some more fun facts. I love it. All right, thank you everybody for sharing. I think that it's little things like this that really get us to tap into what it feels like to be authentic and to tap into our true colors. And authenticity is definitely a journey for everyone. I would say that mine started my junior year of high school. I used to do a lot of what I call shape-shifting, where I kind of just took on different identities and styles and ways of speaking and dressing that weren't really true to me. And therefore I was kind of putting myself in situations that weren't really true to me and weren't serving my highest good. But there's such power in taking off all of these masks and taking off all of these labels and things that aren't true to us and discovering who you really are, because from that point you can share that part of yourself, your truth, with the world and attract experiences that actually complement who you really are. And that concept manifests in my life as me being able to attract uplift and me being here sharing myself with all of you. So yeah, and I think that's what we're all doing here together today, is tapping into our true colors and getting comfortable sharing our truth. So I'm super excited. And I'd love for us to try out some yoga in our bodies together. So everybody go ahead and stand up. We're gonna take just a little bit of space, not too much. We're gonna get things set up really quick. All right, and everybody, once you're standing, go ahead and start by placing your hands over your heart and closing your eyes if that feels good for you. And let's all take one big breath in, filling up your belly, up your lungs. And a big exhale. And to ground in, we're going to start by focusing on some sounds and sensations, starting with maybe the sound of my voice, any other sounds you hear in your environment, and then shifting to some physical sensations like how your hair feels against your body, how your feet feel on the ground, just starting to tap into your senses. And then we'll go ahead and do what we call here at Uplift an inner BFF check-in, where we check in with how we are feeling from a place of compassion, not with an intent to change it or judge, but just to check in with how we are doing. And then I'd love for everybody to bring to mind something that they would like to call in. How would you like to feel? Maybe you'd like to feel more joy, more connection, more love, whatever it is, just go ahead and take a second to think about it, acknowledge it, and we're gonna breathe into that together. So let's take a big breath in, fill up your belly. Bigger breath out, exhale. All right, and I'm gonna guide everybody through some movement. So inhale, mountain pose. We're gonna sweep our hands all the way up to the sky. On our exhale, we're gonna cactus out our arms, bending your elbows and lifting your heart as high as you can. Inhale, reach your hands up super high. On your exhale, you're gonna take your right hand, grab your left wrist, and take a side body stretch. Open up your side body. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, we're gonna stretch to the other side. Big inhale, release your grip, lift your hands. Exhale, forward fold. You're gonna hinge at your hips and hang heavy down towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, slide your hands up your legs and find a super straight spine. Exhale, forward fold, hang heavy once again. Inhale, come all the way back up super slowly, make it feel good in your body. Roll your hands together at the top. Let's bring your feeling into your heart, whatever it is you want to feel. I'm gonna go through that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your hands super high. Exhale, cactus your arms, bend your elbows, lift your heart. Inhale, mountain pose, lift your hands. Exhale, side body stretch, take a side, any side. Inhale, come back to center, stand tall. Exhale, side body stretch to the other side. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, dive all the way down through your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find your straight spine. Exhale, forward fold, hang heavy, let it go. Inhale, rest all the way up. Bring your hands together at the top and bring down love, joy, and confidence in your heart. One more time. Inhale, mountain pose, lift your hands high. Exhale, cactus out your arms, open your heart. Inhale, mountain pose, lift your hands. Exhale, side body stretch, big bend, big stretch. Inhale, come back to center, stand really tall. And exhale, stretch to the other side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, hang heavy. Inhale, mountain pose, rise all the way up. What do you want to feel? Tap it at the top and bring it all the way down to your heart. Now we're gonna come into a chair pose. So you're gonna sit back like you're sitting in a chair, send your hips back, lift your hands high. Breathe in, and breathe out. On your next exhale, you're going to go ahead and take a gentle twist. Send your right hand down and back. Inhale, mountain pose, stand all the way up, straighten your legs. Exhale, seat back into your chair and take the twist to the other side. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up, lift your hands. Exhale, chair twist, squat down, send your right arm back. Inhale, mountain, rise up. Exhale, chair twist. This time your left hand goes back. 1 more, inhale, rise up. Exhale, take your twist. Right hand goes back. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, sink into your chair a little deeper. Left hand goes back. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, we're going to do our squatting curls. Go ahead and go all the way down to the ground. Bring your nose into your knees and take a second here. Feel close to your body. Take a breath. Slowly go ahead and come down to the seat. Just crisscross applesauce, easy seat. And here we're gonna take some cat cows, meaning on our inhale, we're gonna lift our chest, look up and maybe even back. And on our exhale, we're gonna curl our spine backwards and tuck your chin all the way into your chest. And keep going through that movement. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, cat pose, dome your spine. One more, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, we're gonna lift our hands high just like we did in our mountain pose. Look up. Exhale, we're gonna take a twist. Take your right hand, allow it to fall behind your body, and your front hand can find your thigh. Gently open your heart towards the back of your space. We're gonna sit here, notice how it feels in your body. Inhale, come all the way back up to center, lift your hands. Exhale, we're gonna twist all the way to the other side. This time your left hand can fall behind you. How does it feel to move your body? Honor what you need. Inhale, come all the way back up. Lift your hands to pride. Exhale, let's just bring them to our heart. One hand over the other. We're gonna take a big breath in together. Big breath out. For a second, we're going to nestle into peace and oneness, meaning getting comfortable with the most light and loving parts of ourselves. And then let's call in some gratitude. Think of something that you're grateful for. I'm grateful to be here speaking to you guys. I'm here for my yoga journey, for my body. And lastly, let's manifest together. Tune into possibility. Think of anything you can dream of. What do you want to experience? What do you want to feel? And allow your mind to go into detail. What does it look like when you accomplish that goal? Eyes were closed, go ahead and blink them to open. You all put up a heart to show some love. I'm so happy that you guys moved with me. You guys may have noticed some of the things that I did during our practice were part of Uplift's very own meditation called Own It. It's an acronym. O stands for observe how you feel with compassion. W stands for witness sounds and sensations. N stands for nestle into peace and oneness. I stands for I am grateful for. And T stands for tune into possibility. It is a practice that helps to ground me and reconnect me to what is true and what is loving. And I think it's a beautiful practice. It has changed my life and the life of everybody else that I know that does it. It's helpful as a grounding technique. You can do it in the morning, as a midday reset, or at night, whatever you choose. But feel free to write down some of the steps in your journals. If you need me to repeat them, you can totally ask in the chat if you'd like me to repeat it a little slower so you can write it down have it for yourself. And I would love to hear what you guys are tapping into or trying to call in. What is that feeling that you want to feel more of in your life that you thought about? Go ahead and type that in the chat. I'd love to see some of that. Okay, now I'm gonna get it. There we go. Try to pull the chat. Happiness, I love that. Warm and calm. Those are beautiful. Loving myself, calmness, lovely. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak and guide you.
Thank you so much, Adriana.
Of course.
Let's give a silent round of applause to Adriana. That was wonderful. All right, so we're getting towards the end of our event, and I want to pass it back to Darby for a moment. So Darby, are you there? Get our main stage on. Oh, we just need to unmute. There she is.
Hi, everybody. I am here. And we are coming to a close. Our time together is ending, but we do not need to be sad because today is a joyful day. So, with that being said, I want to bring this up one last time. It is time to lift up your papers and answer the question officially. What is it that makes you unique? So if you would all lift up your papers with your answers and show us, Erica's gonna shout some of them out.
All right, let's see him holding them up nice and close to the cameras so we can see. And let's see, Gwen, can you hold yours up so I can see? Okay, or someone else, let's see. I'm just looking right now. Let's see. Let me hold Louisa's. Okay, Gwen says being tall.
That was my dream. Good for you, Gwen.
Louisa says her personality. I think I saw for a second creativity.
Yes.
Love it. The way I love Adriana, our yoga guru. Oh yeah, my creativity and artistic skills. And Miss Natasha, she loves to learn, our talents. And let's see. Yeah, I see yours, Alexa. Wonderful, your creativity. I love it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Erica, I believe you have some information for us.
I do. We have something for you guys to keep, an interactive slide that is like a resource slide. So Shiree is going to put the link to this in our box right now in the chat box. So it'll come up like this, and then all you have to do is just press any of these buttons. So you can get information about our Youth Advisory Council, our Girls Gather program, the Women's Journey website. If you want to click on every day, click an affirmation for the day, a meme for the day. If you want to see about Darby, we have a button for her and our guest panelist. So, and then we have our Instagram at the bottom if you want to follow us there, and you'll get all the updates. So that is a wonderful opportunity.
Good stuff.
And then we have one more thing. We have a survey that we would love for you to do right now. And if you complete the survey, Shiree's going to put the link in the chat box to this. You will be entered in to what, Darby?
If you complete this survey, you will be entered to win the possibility of, can I get a drum roll, please? 2 grand prizes of a $50 Amazon gift card, the world's largest mall. If you can think it, they have it. So don't be shy. Fill out that survey. Get that money. Come on.
Right.
Awesome.
So again, the link to the survey is in the chat box. Just click on that. And if you want to complete it later on today, I know we have our Sunburst Academy here. And if there's a bunch of girls in one room, you can go home and do that on your own computer, or anybody else who's in that situation as well can do that.
Awesome. And then I just have 2 more announcements. One is, if you remember when our youth council was speaking, be sure to go check out that link. If you want to be a part of the youth council, if you want to be a part of Girls Gather, if you want to participate in future workshops, go fill out a form on that link. Like Erica said, she's attached all of those links. You have access to so many good materials. So be sure to check that out. And then my last announcement for the day is regarding social media. And this is a future talk we're going to be having. We are all on social media. That's our generation. And sometimes it's very tricky to navigate it. I myself have had some very interesting experiences with social media, and it can be a pretty tough place, and it's not always fun. So to have tools to know how to navigate it and use it to its fullest potential is always super helpful. So we do have a workshop available coming up in December that's going to give us those tools and resources and guidelines on how to use social media in the most positive, beneficial way, not only for ourselves, but for the communities that we're part of and building. It's going to be fun. It's going to be engaging. You should totally be a part of it. I'm going to be a part of it. I'm very, very passionate about this subject, and I'll get all into my own story when the time comes. So if you're interested in that, we would really, really, really love to see you. So we will be sending out an email to remind you, or you could just follow us on Instagram. So that would be great. With that being said, I want to thank you one last time. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day today, for sharing my music, for sharing my stories. Thank you for being so vulnerable and open. I have enjoyed every single second of getting to know you. Thank you so much. And always be kind, be happy, feel your feelings. We believe in you. Mwah!
Yay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Darby.